Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is the first video on this channel. My name's Ross Kuchia. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. So if you guys look at my videos, you could obviously see that this isn't my first video really I posted on this channel. That there's two other ones that were posted yesterday. So this really is supposed to be the intro video. It's really meant to be one video, but I was having some technical difficulties on my phone. Now I sorted it out. You know, it's really my first time posting on my own to YouTube, so I'm a little new to this. So I only had really 16 minutes of space to record on my phone for the video for the whole thing, and I went over the 16, so it cut it off. So then I had to do two separate videos, and you know, I didn't really figure out yet how to bunch the videos together into one. So for this first one, I'm gonna have the 3 videos as the first one, but from going forward, each episode is just gonna be, you know, one regular video put up onto YouTube, and I shouldn't really have any difficulties going forward. And I recorded this video actually 2 separate times, 3 times in total besides this one. But the last time I recorded it, you see I was at night. I just wanted to get this posted last night, but it was dark, so I got it recorded, and the first 2 went up because they were short videos. They were only like 2.5 minutes, and the other one was 54 seconds, so they went up in 10 minutes, but this one was like 16.5 minutes. So I downloaded it off my phone, and it was taking a long time, and then it said the upload failed because I guess I wasn't in the network for long enough. So I'm going to be downloading these off of my computer, off my laptop from now on, so no issues going forward. So alongside from that, welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. You know, I want to just have a lot of engagement on the channel, so anybody comment, whether it's good or bad, you know, I'm open to whatever you have. Like, I can improve, I can take what your comments are, your opinions, I understand that, and I just want to have an engaged channel with the whole community. So this is a sports channel. We're mainly going to be talking about sports. You know, I do fitness as well, so I'm going to probably down the line get into fitness. And I said when I recorded this previously too that, you know, I'm heavy into lifting, so I'm actually going to be looking to get in shape for a powerlifting meet in the next couple months. I didn't set a date, I didn't set any venues. I'll probably look at that in the next 2 weeks or so just to see, but I'm not really ready to confirm a date. I'm still getting myself ready and everything like that. So I'll keep you guys posted. I think I'm gonna post like some workouts that I do, like little clips and everything, and bunch it together. So that's that. So aside from sports and everything, you know, we're gonna talk about mainly UFC, boxing, other MMA lines, NFL, NBA, you know. And I said before, you know, we watch soccer, me and my wife, a little bit, you know, definitely for the World Cup. She likes Brazil, I like Italy, and I'm just a fan overall. And, you know, I'll watch the MLS here and there. And then baseball, you know, I'll get into it once the playoffs. I like the Yankees, but I can't really keep up with the regular season like that. And then basketball, my team's the Bulls. You know, we're going to get into a lot of these topics in other videos. Football, my team's the Giants. I'm going to make another video after this one today in a little while about the XFL, you know, my thoughts on the league, why it's going to take off, and, you know, some things going forward for that. So look for that video right after this one. And I said originally I didn't think I had the time to really put up a lot of videos. I said 2 a week, but now I'm thinking 4 to 5 videos a week, because as you can see, I drive a lot. I drive to work. I just drop my son at school. So I have a lot of free time that I'm traveling on the road that I can make content for you guys. And, you know, that's what's important to me, is producing this content and getting it out to the world for you guys to see. So today, I'm going to go over real quick my prediction for Saturday, the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury fight, the second fight. And also, I'm going to preview the upcoming UFC events, and then I'm gonna give you my prediction for the main card UFC Fight Night this Saturday in Auckland, New Zealand. So let's talk about Wilder real quick. I'm going with Wilder in this one. You know, nothing against Fury, but I'm just a big fan of Deontay Wilder. I think he's a good fighter, you know. He's got a lot. Like, he can still improve and stuff. There's times where he's kind of swinging for the fences. You don't really know what's going on. And sometimes he cannot be as technical as people may think. So I'm going with Wilder. You know, maybe he needs to sit down on his shots a little more. You know, don't just constantly be looking for the knockout. You know, if you just box the fight, I feel like those shots will come available and he'll open up over time. You know, maybe that's why the 10th round he got the knockout and he knocked him down twice in the fight. But he waited so long, and if it wasn't for having those 2 knockdowns, you know, Fury could have came away with that one. Probably, if he didn't knock him down at all, Fury would have taken it easily. You know, I think a lot of those rounds, Fury won those rounds just because of how he was boxing. You know, he was very technically sound. Sorry, excuse me one sec. Yeah, so I just think that Fury's gonna come away with it. I would like to say knockout, because that's how he wins. You know, he doesn't really go to decision. All of his wins have really come via knockout. Never had a decision at all. So I'm going Wilder. You know, I think that boxing as a whole, they want to get better. You know, is they really need to. I don't know if it'll change ever, but I think the UFC is head and shoulders above where boxing is because they have a one card, one pay-per-view. You know, nowadays every fight on the card I could sit down and watch it. I could even watch on a card, I could watch 8 fights deep and be entertained. And you know, if you're a real MMA fan, you could watch every fight, but 8 of them usually are entertaining. And boxing can't say that. That's why a lot of people aren't buying like they are anymore. So that's how I feel about that. So we're gonna talk about, you know, we're previewing the New Zealand event in a second. That's Dan Hooker versus Paul Felder. Really excited for that one. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. So after that, we got UFC Fight Night in Virginia next Saturday, the 29th. The headliner on the card is Joseph Benavidez versus Deilinson Figueiredo. So I said yesterday when I was talking about it, Benavidez 28-5, Deilinson 17-1, and I said my pick for that one was Deilinson. You know, just because Benavidez has been a lot of fights, and don't get me wrong, great fighter, you know, great record, 28 wins, 5 losses, but when he gets into the top 3, when he gets into that #1 contender, or even a title fight, he just can't get over the hump. He's one of those guys, like, phenomenal. He'll always be known as a top 5 in his division, but just hard time getting over the hump there. So, you know, I'm really pulling for the guy in a way, but I'm saying Deilison's gonna win. He's 17-1, the guy. So he looks very good. So excited for that card. We're gonna preview that one next week. I'm shooting for UFC, like, the previews and predictions every Tuesday, but I'm thinking now, like, UFC is probably like my #1 thing to talk about. So I might do more than one video about UFC per week. You know, we might talk about the pound for pound rankings in a certain weight class, certain things. So we'll see, but definitely, like, the preview for that event and even like a recap from the weekend, I'm gonna be doing that show on Tuesdays most of the time, because, you know, Ariel Helwani does his show Monday, so I like listening to that. And, you know, we could always cover stuff from his show and everything like that. He's one of the bigger names for an MMA show, so I really respect his name and what he does for the industry. So we have that. Israel Adesanya headlining UFC 248 versus Joel Romero. He picked Romero himself. He said that his legacy won't be complete until he actually does beat Romero. He wants to be the first man to actually officially stop him, not just beat him by decision. So we'll see how that goes. So Adesanya is a perfect 18-0 UFC middleweight champion. Defeat Robert Whittaker, Kelvin Gastelum. Romero 13-4 record. You know, obviously Olympian for Cuba, his homeland. A solid fighter. You know, he said he has 2 years left, but this is probably his last crack at winning the middleweight championship. So we're gonna see what happens. You know, my wife's excited because, you know, she likes Adesanya too. I'm going for Adesanya in the fight. Also, we have the Women's Strawweight Championship, Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus the Chinese champ. I'm not sure of her name. So I'm going Joanna in the fight. I do like her as a fighter. I think it's going to be a tough fight. You know, and they said to avoid the coronavirus, Dana White said that she was training in Thailand. I believe they're having her move up to Las Vegas just to avoid anything coming up. So that's a plus side. So those are my previews for those ones. Now we're going to talk about New Zealand on Saturday. So I'm just going to talk about the main card. We got 6 fights on the card. So first fight of the night, Kevin Aguilar versus Zubaira Tukhugov. Aguilar 17-2, Zubaira 18-4-1. So I said before, like the top 3 fights, I don't really know a lot about the fighters, like the first 3 fights. I do know a little bit more I like to say about the last 3. So this one I'm going about Zubaira. I heard a lot of good things about him. I heard a lot, like his name being mentioned. So I'm picking him to win the fight. That fight is in the featherweight division. The next fight we have is in the lightweight division. The hometown kid, Brad Riddle, 7-1 record versus 14-2 record, Magomed Mustafa. So I'm gonna go with Brad Riddle, the hometown guy. You know, I've been watching some of his videos. It looks pretty impressive. So pretty happy with what I've been seeing from him. And you know, best of luck to the guy come Saturday, Brad Riddle. The third fight on the card, I think this is another hometown guy. This is in the heavyweight division. Ben Sosili with a 7-2 record versus Marcos Rodrigo de Lima. He holds a 16-6-1 record. So I'm actually going with Rodrigo de Lima in this one. Don't know a lot about it. I feel like I've heard of this guy's name. I'm just really not sure. So we're going to see on Saturday. And, you know, I'll probably continue to watch some videos during the week and everything like that. But, yeah, I'm going with Rodrigo in this one. So, now, in the women's strawweight division, we got Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Yan Ziahan. Sorry if I pronounce your name. Sorry, guys, I'm driving right now. I'm just making sure I'm going the right way. Okay. So Carolina holds a 12-5 record. Yan is actually 11-1, pretty impressive. I think she's from China as well. So this fight, I'm going with Carolina. You know, I've seen her fight a couple times. Pretty impressive, and you know, the challenger she's going against is no joke. So wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way. But you know, my pick is Carolina. Okay, so now we got the co-main event of the evening in the light heavyweight division. We got Jimmy Crute, a 10-1 record, versus 14-2 Michael Alexeyuk. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name, Michael. Mispronounce it. So he's 14-3. So Jimmy Crute is he's Australian, so pretty much a hometown fight for him too. And I'm going Jimmy Crute in this one. I don't know much about the I don't know much about the other competitor. I've seen Jimmy fight a couple times. I think he did recently take that one loss, kind of recent, either the last fight or the fight before that. I think it was 2 fights ago. So I'm going with Jimmy in this one. You know, looks like a solid fighter. I don't think he's in the top 10 yet. I got to check. But this fight, I'm thinking, if he gets the win here, this is a pretty impressive opponent. He's been in the UFC more than a couple fights, probably like her 4th or 5th fight. he could really put himself inside the top 10 and, you know, start making his push to the top. All right, and the co-main event. I'm sorry. That was the co-main event. The main event of the evening. Dan Hooker, ranked number 7, against Paul Felder, ranked number 6. Dan Hooker holds a 19-8 record. Paul Felder holds a 17-4 record. And you know, obviously, the build-up to this fight, last fight, Dan Hooker beat Al Iaquinta. Paul Felder was doing the post-fight interview for ESPN. He said, "Who are you thinking about next?" And he said, "It's a perfect opportunity. You're standing right here in front of me. You're like right where the person I want to fight. So if you're down, I'm down for it." He said, "Yo, I'll take the fight. I would not mind that at all." So Dan Hooker is from New Zealand. So you got the hometown kid bringing in Paul Felder. It was kind of cool. They did like the homeland ritual where like you go up and you touch the guy's nose, and it's like an ultimate sign of respect in their tradition. So that was cool. A lot of respect, no animosity. It just looks like Hooker's ready to go, Felder's ready to go, and you know, I'm really excited for the fight. So my pick for the fight, I'm going Paul Felder. Just think he's a solid fighter. Nothing against Hooker, you know. This fight too, wouldn't really be surprised if it went the other way. But, you know, Paul Felder's no joke. And this fight, no matter who wins, I believe that whoever wins the fight will be ranked 5 or better. Probably 4 or 5. I wouldn't go anything above. But it's a good fight to, you know, see who's going to be around. And I'm saying the winner, including this fight, 3 fights for the winner, should give a title shot. So maybe this one and 2 more after this. And which either one of them win. If they could reel off 3 wins, including this fight, so this fight and 2 more, then I don't see why they shouldn't have a title shot, you know? Because Ferguson and Khabib, Conor's gonna be, maybe one of them will fight Conor. You never know. Got to see if he's gonna stick around at 172. So I'm going Paul Felder. So guys, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment. You know, this is the first one, the first official video that should have gone up. I just want to thank everybody for watching. You know, I'm gonna make sure the content continues to develop, the content continues to improve. I don't want to give you guys anything short of the best. And you know, I'm gonna leave all my information too, you know, Facebook, Instagram. You know, if anybody wants to do a collaboration or something like that, you know, I'm totally open to it. So thanks everybody for the welcoming. I appreciate everything, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.